guards.
Telltale.
A legend rose to claim
We have to talk about the news.
And even though
And
Yeah.
this week's news is dominated by the dumpster fire that is Telltale. Have you followed anything, or is this all completely new to you?
No, I have a little bit. I know they shut down, and I don't really know, like, this, they were, like, not paying their employees or something, or, like,
So,
I don't even know. Tell me more.
You know, Telltale, of course, has been the darling since the original The Walking Dead, and they did games before that, but The Walking Dead propelled them into this greatness that they capitalized on by doing every marketed game you can think of. You know, everything from Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy to Batman to, I don't know, everything. You know, they did everything. So, they had all these license deals, and the big complaint was they kept announcing new titles, but between episodes, there's a longer and longer wait. And there began to be rumors a couple of months ago of disgruntled employees, about problems with pay, about problems with the way they were treating them, that in particular the stress period or the crunch period right before an episode was so intense that they were acting unreasonably. And they fired a bunch of people, and that made the news.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days ago, they announced they're firing the great majority of their staff, and the company is going bankrupt. And they said, well, okay, well, you know, we're still going to come out with the remainder of this season of The Walking Dead, which will close out the story, but all future titles have been canceled, including The Wolf Among Us Season 2, which was a darling that everyone was excited about.
Yeah.
And there was one other, Stranger Things. Everyone was thrilled about Stranger Things being made, and that's no longer happening.
I've heard, though, that Netflix is they're still going forward with that game, just not with Telltale, I guess.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I didn't hear that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Since that announcement, they have been sued by one of the developers in a class action lawsuit about how they handled the final payments and pensions and how the developers are being paid. And now it seems unlikely that The Walking Dead will even finish out the season. That while the second episode released, that just may be the end of it. And episode 3 may be like a, you know, an animated novel or something. It just is a dumpster fire of news. They mismanaged this company to the ground. We played Telltale games on this channel. We played Batman, which was released as part of PS Plus, and it's just sad to see a company go to these meteoric heights and then just crash and burn.
Well, so I get most of my video game news from Reddit. I don't know where you get yours from, but
sure.
Of course. By the way, this opening credit scene is really long, but I like it a lot.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy our conversation as well. But so one of the things that I read was people complaining about how, or maybe not complaining, but just saying like, yeah, their games were great, but they didn't like innovate from their first game to their very most recent game. Like there's nothing different about the gameplays between those things. And, you know, it's great that you had this cool idea back, you know, however long ago with your first game, but maybe your more recent games can have a bit of a, you know, new twist to them or like something different. And aside from all the mismanagement and stuff, like maybe they're not making money because no one wants to play the same thing over and over, no matter what the background title is. Like, yeah, sure, Walking Dead is cool, but then you get like whatever. And I've never played any of these games, so I can't really speak to that. I'm just repeating what I've read, but...
Well, you played Batman.
Yeah, but like briefly only for this. I don't think I ever went back to it.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean...
Well, we talked about this issue when we talked about Batman. We talked about that the game engine had very rarely changed, and that for that game it was supposed to have been an overhaul. But having played a lot of previous Telltale games, I can tell you it felt very similar to the previous games.
Yeah. So
Telltale, that's unfortunate. Two other items of news to talk about very quickly. Fallout 76's introduction sequence, the sort of trailer for the introduction of the game, was released today. So if you're interested in Fallout 76, you're a big Fallout freak like I am, then please watch that. It is interesting. It's certainly a teaser for a game. And late-breaking news today, it appears that if you have the title PlayStation All-Stars Battle, It was a game that was released for the PS3 and PS Vita, where all of the Sony properties, including God of War's Kratos, battled against each other. Sort of a Super Smash Brothers kind of clone, but the Sony's version of it. Those servers are being closed down at the end of next month. October 25th is the last day you can play online. Since that game is primarily an online game, essentially the game will be shut down October 25th. So, if you have trophies to collect, if you want that DLC trophy, pay $1 and you get a character and you get that one trophy, which is such a shitstorm of a trophy DLC, go ahead and do that, because October 25th will be your last chance.
Well, that's good to know, and I actually did see that on Reddit today, and I was like, oh, we should talk about this.
Okay, so you ready? You think alike.
Yep, sure do.
Well, enough with the rambling diatribes. I'm Tony, aka Paradox, and I'm always joined by my co-host.
Hello, I am Lauren, also known as Caustic Sofa, and we're the remastered hack-and-slash Greek mythology-influenced gamers. And tonight, we are trying to get one trophy in God of War 3 Remastered. Welcome, live viewers, and everyone else watching from the future, to 2 Gamers, 1 Trophy.
God of War 3 Remastered is the AA offering from September's 2018 PS Plus free downloads for the PS4. Of course, when it first released, God of War 3 would have qualified as a proper AAA offering, but seeing as it's a port done by a different development team, Wholesale Algorithms, than the original development team, SCE Santa Monica Studio, it does not count as a top-tier offering that we typically see provided once per month under PS Plus.
Okay. So, we have pre-downloaded and done all the updates this time. And tonight will be the first time I'm actually hands-on with this game. So, what do I hope to accomplish here? Well, I'm going to give you a live impression of God of War 3 Remastered. What can you expect from the gameplay? Will this title be worth downloading? Stay tuned to find out! Meanwhile, Tony will be here with all the factoids and trivia, as well as being a resource to help me reach this episode's Trophy Challenge.
We here at 2 Gamers 1 Trophy don't just review all the free PS Plus titles each month. We like to add a little extra trophy challenge to our gameplay. Tonight we'll be doing a challenge we like to call a Sliver of Silver, which means I'm challenging Lauren to go after any silver trophy. Once we get the silver trophy, we have to be careful not to get a second one before closing down the episode.
That's a new one. I like it. We invite all of our live viewers to join us in the Twitch chat. Let us know if you're playing along or tell us your impressions of the game. And for those of you joining us later on YouTube, give us some internet cred. Like, subscribe, and comment. No more delay. We start gameplay now. I'm gonna go easy.
Do it.
My vengeance ends now.
So, as our often viewers will know, we always turn the sound effects and the volume down so you can hear us. But I also turn the volume down on my television, so I can't hear this game really at all right now.
Gotcha. And that's only because Lauren and I hate video game music and dialogue. We just hate it with passion.
We can't stand that.
Can't stand it. It's not a technical problem that we haven't figured out. That's not the reason why we do it.
No, sometimes we can't hear each other, or you can't hear us, or whatever, so we just adjust a little bit. It's no big.
But you'll always get to experience the full audio of this game if you download it yourself. It is available for free for PS Plus, or of course you can always watch a walkthrough on YouTube.
What do you know the date that the last day of the October games are available? Or I'm sorry, what month are we in? September.
September. The last day they're available should be the day before the new ones are released, which would be
the second, right? The October 2nd is the first Tuesday, so probably the first.
Yep.
All right, so you got some time still. You've got what, like 4 days? So
yeah, 4 days.
Go for it.
Get to it.
Do it to it.
I mean, as always, our recommendation is to go on to the Sony store via computer. It's the easiest way to download, to purchase any title that you are eligible for. If you have a PS3, PS Vita, just download them, purchase them all.
Yeah.
They get added to your library, and then you can make a decision whether to download them later.
Right, which is always how I do it. I go to the PlayStation Store on my computer or on my phone, and then, because I only have a PS4 at the moment, but I also want to put the PS3 games in my library because I have a PS3, it's just not in my possession at the moment. So,
Right.
yeah.
No, it's good to have them. It's you know, who knows, in the future you may get it.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So the original introduction to this game that we talked through was a bit of a recap of God of War 1 and 2, which of course were originally available for the PS2. The general theme, if you never played a God of War game, is that Kratos was forced to commit an atrocity. His skin is permanently fused with the ashes of the dead of his village, and he is seeking revenge against the literal gods of Olympus, the Greek gods, as well as the game ventures into other mythological gods as well. So that's really all you need to know to understand, I guess, the story. The story is not very, I would say, thought-provoking in the first 3 God of War games. That statement is completely untrue for the recent remake that the PS4 has shown, that is actually a much more story-driven game, and tonally is very different than these 3. I would say this game is a bit sophomoric in the way that it deals with sort of violence and masculinity, but damn it, it isn't fun.
I have you played the 3, 1, 2, and 3?
I have played all 3, and I haven't played the game that we're playing right now because I haven't played the remastered version.
Sure.
I played this when it was available on the PS3, so you know, I'm familiar with the game. There haven't been too many changes other than sort of quality of life changes.
Sure, right. I have only ever played the first one, and I didn't even play the whole thing. So, like, and that was forever ago, you know, however long ago the first one came out. So, you know, I may be a little bit behind or confused or whatever, but from the synopsis that you just gave to me, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
Yeah. Do you remember anything about the gameplay, whether you enjoyed it or something you just didn't
I
come
do
back to
remember
for time,
enjoying
or...
it. I remember there's like, when you're actually fighting the gods, there are parts where it's like timed, where you have to hit the right button at the right time or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember enjoying that.
Yeah. You know, I guess if you do have knowledge of Greek mythology, it is fun to sort of see the references that they're making. I wouldn't say that it follows anything faithfully, but it is cool to see sort of the Titans represented, you know, in a way outside of the Disneyfication version in Hercules. That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sony, this game did make critics excited in the way that the game technically handled these very large moving environments, because of course you are currently fighting on one of the Titans right now.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
So while you master this smashing of a QTE scene, I will tell you this game again was developed by Sony Computer Entertainment, the Santa Monica version, and it was published by Sony Computer Entertainment. Originally, it was redone for remaster. The wholesale algorithms did that, and that is very common for Sony to give that to a third party to handle the remasters. They don't want to sort of waste their development team on that. Not that, you know, these people should not be admired for what they've done. They certainly did an admirable job remastering this.
Oops.
You were getting into the battle now. I love it. This game was originally released in North America on March 16th of 2010. That makes this game 8 years old. The remaster was released on July 14th of 2015, making that only 3 years old. I do find it surprising how quick we're seeing a remaster of a game that honestly is not that old. The only other version I can think of a game that's been like that is maybe Final Fantasy X and X-2. X-2 in particular was released not too long ago.
Okay.
2005 maybe that game came out? But I mean, this is even sooner. Talking less than a
Right.
decade before the remaster.
Huh.
Uncharted, I guess they had a remastered version, but you know, it's this trend that has occurred because PlayStation 4, of course, did not go for the backwards compatible route that Xbox One is taking. So have been able to make money off of people's desire to go back on these nostalgia titles.
Yeah. No, Sony. Oh, actually, here's a thing that we sort of talked about last week, which was the Sony's decisions to not let you do crossplay with other consoles, and they have recently changed that for Fortnite because fans were sort of outraged.
Yeah, exactly. It is surprising. We did, I guess that made our last episode not evergreen, but yes, you're right.
Right.
Fortnite, of course, is the game that every single child is playing in the world.
Yes.
And plenty of adults. You know, it's the free-to-play game that has made millions of dollars, and it's available on mobile, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. My microwave has Fortnite on it. You know, whatever you can find it, you can play Fortnite. I will say that the cross-play functionality is not true for mobile players. Mobile players are still locked into their own ecosystem, but everyone else is available. There is some, you know, well, I don't know if it's available for PC. Do you know if PC is also cross-play?
I have no idea.
Xbox?
No, I think not PC.
Yeah. And I think the reasoning, it makes sense to me, because the reasoning behind that would be is that a PC player has a significant advantage.
Has a mouse and keyboard, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, we're obviously PlayStation fanboys and girls here, but I think we can both agree that objectively the better graphical experience and the easier sort of control maneuverability is going to be in a PC.
Sure. Yeah, and like you can tell sometimes. So on Overwatch, you know, you can use a mouse and keyboard on the PlayStation, but Overwatch tries to not allow those. Like they don't like make them work or whatever. But you can tell sometimes people have found like ways around that or whatever, and like some people just I don't know are more accurate in their shooting, or I don't know. It just feels sometimes some people are like spot on headshotting me like all the time, and I'm like, maybe you're just really that good, but I don't know. I don't buy it.
Yeah. It's very common for studios to block third-party peripherals like that because they want fairness within, you know, everyone's when they're playing a multiplayer game like that. I find it interesting the mentality. And, you know, I'm an old man. Let's say I'm 70 or so. You know, I'm an old man, so for me, I don't get, I think, a lot of mentality that maybe young people have of just I just want to win. For me, I don't get the fun out of that because it's like, well, it's not. You're not really competing, then what kind of accomplishment is that?
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually was playing Overwatch a little bit earlier today, and they have like the arcade area where like the modes are a little bit different, and one of them is Total Mayhem, where all your cooldowns are like cut in half and your health is doubled and stuff. So it's like it's totally chaotic, and like I don't care if I win that version or not, that mode, because it's just so much fun to get in there and have everything like twice as fast basically, and like it's a lot of fun, and it's like I don't care if I win, I just like playing Lucio and like being crazy and like whatever. So I don't know, I really don't understand that mentality either, like gotta win, have to win, must win. No, it's just a game, it's fun, like whatever.
Yeah, I get it. So, as is always true, we're always playing the tutorial level where we're getting to experience everything in a controlled environment so that, you know, you can easily learn all the controls. God of War is giving you on-screen prompts and on-screen sort of tutorials, but I feel like the fact that it doesn't freeze the gameplay is good.
Yeah.
Also, the tutorial is the backdrop to this is this epic battle against, you know, multiple giants fighting and gods are in the background. I think they did a really good job of making it feel like, okay, I am in the middle of shit, but I'm also learning.
Also, I have wings, so that's cool.
Yeah. So, you know, God of War has this problem that happens in some sequels in which where you play the original game, and the point of the original game was like, you know, get all the collectibles, get all the power-ups. You know, you are a god at the end of your playthrough, and the second game comes along, and either the second game has to deal with that, with the fact that you are now this overpowered entity, and through its story somehow negate that, either take it away from you or put you in a different environment where it doesn't matter, or something. And different games handle it in different ways. And I think the worst case scenario is when a game just pretends like you are not the same person from the first game, where they just go, nope, start from the beginning,
Yes.
It depends on the game, of course. You think of, like, I don't know, Mario, and Mario is always, getting all the power-ups and stuff, and why doesn't he retain any knowledge? That's fine, it's whatever. No one cares
it's
about
Mario,
that.
like, whatever, yeah.
And I don't think that those narratives are supposed to be so closely linked. I mean, there's no intention for you to feel like, oh, the Mario from Mario 64 is not the same Mario from Super Mario Sunshine. No one cares. You're being pedantic nerd.
Yeah.
Here in God of War, I think there is an intention for there to be a continuous story, so you have to explain that away. And so I'm just sort of laying that down there. We'll see how the game handles it, because it will handle it.
Whoops. Well, I'm glad I fell down here, because here's a chest.
As long as you don't get stuck in an environment, I will be happy.
Oh my god. Yes. I mean...
You have a weird knack for doing that.
Yeah.
So you are collecting red orbs. Red orbs are used for kind of like experience points. You use them as points to evolve or level up your character.
Okay.
So finding those little secret alcoves is definitely good.
And the blue ones are magic and the green are health?
Hey, you've played Zelda before.
I've played video games.
As a gamer, we forget the language that we already know.
Yeah.
I have the good luck of being married to and also introducing games to people who do not have that knowledge. And it's very interesting to see them stumble around and be like, well, what do I do with the green thing? What do I do with the blue thing? And for you and I, it's like, well, obviously blue is this, and obviously green is that. What's wrong with you? But, we've been trained.
Right. I mean, this is like, you're right, this is kind of like our second language.
Yeah. And God of War 3 capitalizes on that. They capitalize on you having the knowledge. While it does, sit you down and sort of explain it, it doesn't say, move the left stick to move. Okay, you've mastered that. Now move the right stick to move the camera. Okay, you've mastered that. And some video games do, and it's an odd balance you have to do of how much hand-holding are you going to do for a completely new gamer,
Well,
versus...
and it's kind of funny, because, like, what gamer who's never played a game before is going to just pick up, like, I don't know, maybe you launch in at God of War, but I feel like a lot of people start at, like, sports games, or, like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? There's like an entry level.
In my head, and this is just my own bullshit, most people's entry level are Nintendo titles.
Sure.
You think of children getting into video games, you think of the Marios, you think of the Zeldas, you think of Pokemon. These sort of more simplistic, but, you're definitely learning that language. And I'm fine with those games, hand-holding you through things and slowly building it up. And in particular, the development team at Mario has always been fantastic at slowly introducing one concept after another and feeling like a natural thing. I feel like Sony is the more adult video game industry, and they already assume you have that knowledge.
Yeah, I agree with that. But, like, adults don't usually... Like, an adult, if you're just getting into video games, probably doesn't gravitate towards the Nintendos and the... Unless you have friends who have, like... I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. And I think in that case, you're absolutely right. I think you would go to the sports titles, the Maddens, or maybe you jump into a Call of Duty, for example, because all your
which
friends
is,
are doing it.
Those aren't incredibly difficult. It's like point and shoot, Like, there might be some, like, here's how you throw a grenade or whatever, but...
Simple. It's not too difficult to grasp. It's more about mastering movement than anything else.
It's about technique rather than I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So video cut out. I don't know. Oh, because you got a trophy or something?
I saved. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whoop.
It's always interesting when that happens.
Yeah, it's weird. Alright. R1. I died.
And that's it. Night, everybody.
Game over! I wasn't pressing
since you're
circle
dead-
fast enough.
Since you're dead, it's a great opportunity to give the official PlayStation description of
Yes,
God of War
please.
3 Remastered. Originally developed by Sony Computer Entertainment Santa Monica Studio exclusively for the PlayStation 3 system, God of War 3 has been remastered for the PlayStation 4 system, and gameplay supports 1080p and is targeting 60 FPS. God of War 3 Remastered will bring epic battles to life with stunning graphics and an elaborate plot that puts Kratos at the center of carnage and destruction as he seeks revenge against the gods who have betrayed him. Set in the realm of brutal Greek mythology, God of War 3 Remastered is the critically acclaimed single-player game that allows players to take on the fearless role of the ex-Spartan warrior Kratos as he rises from the darkest depths of Hades to scale the very heights of Mount Olympus to seek his bloody revenge. Armed with double-chained blades and an array of new weapons and magic, Kratos must take on mythology's deadliest creatures while solving intricate puzzles throughout his merciless quest to destroy Olympus.
Ooh. Puzzles.
The whole thing is like, he murders everyone, he's slicing the head off, and intricate puzzles. Like, it just... Okay, I mean, it's true, it is there, but that doesn't totally fit. You probably should
No.
cut that out.
I mean, I love a good puzzle, but,
It is funny because, I remember playing through the first ones, and the puzzles were much more... In the first game, they were like segmented, kill everything, it's very bloody, Kratos screams a bunch. And
Yeah.
there were segments that were like puzzles. And the puzzles were almost a way to get you from one violent section to the next. So it was sort of like you went back and forth between one to the next. The second one focused more on the violence, and I feel like this one in particular has a couple of puzzle sequences that are left over from the first two. It's kind of like what happened with Dead Space, where Dead Space focused more on the action instead of the stealth horror. I feel like that happens here.
interesting.
Yeah.
So, have you played the new God of War?
I have not.
No,
To
me
be
either.
honest, all I know is some of the original teaser promotional stills and videos, and that's it. I know everyone has freaked out at how good it is.
Yeah.
And I would love to eventually get into it, but I'm so backlogged on everything.
Right. Yeah. Everyone has loved it, though. I'm one of these people who doesn't really feel the need to buy a game right when it comes out because, I'm just not the biggest gamer, So,
Right.
I'll wait. But, just everyone is, super into that one. And apparently it's, one of the best-selling games, of all time
Yeah,
or something.
It's done amazing, and I think what they've done is that they took a character, they've sort of aged him, and they've made that as almost like a symbol of a gamer who grew up with Kratos, and that they're aging and what their priorities in life are. If you were, especially sort of a gender normative man, and you played God of War, and you had this sort of ultra violent, kill everything, I'm getting my revenge, and I'm the master of my destiny, to go to the newest one and be like, I'm a father, and my goals are now completely different, and are much more about being a protector of, a life rather than a taker of life. I think it's a very interesting thing they've done and recognized their fan base growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's great. What am I doing here? Puzzle.
Puzzle it up. So, the difference in the remastered version from the original, really you're looking at graphical updates. It does have a photo mode, so if you want to take some pretty awesome screenshots, you can do that. All DLC that came with the original has been included for the remaster, but none of the DLC material had any trophies associated with them or any significant gameplay. So while I would say check it out since you have it,
Right.
it's certainly not the drawing point of this. The main title is really what is here and what brought people in.
So, did we talk yet about the trophies that are available in this game?
We haven't. You want me to give you a little breakdown?
Yeah, sure.
So again, your challenge is a sliver of silver, which, as your excitement indicated, it is the first time that we have moved to this category. Any silver trophy will qualify for you to complete the challenge. The game has a total of 11 silver trophies.
Okay.
It has 18 bronze trophies, 5 gold, and 1 platinum. The platinum trophy is considered to be rare, according to PSNprofiles.com, a trophy collector aggregation site. They say it's 18.18% of registered players have received this trophy.
Okay.
That number is helpful to indicate how difficult it is to get a platinum or how tedious, but it also indicates how popular a game is. If everyone's just, downloading it and not finishing it, then that's
right. Like if we went and looked and saw how many people had the bronze trophies versus how many people
exactly
stayed to finish the game or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something and now I just don't know anymore. I just don't know. Oh, I was gonna say that I really like that battering ram move where you grab the enemy and use them as a weapon. That's so cool.
Yeah. The action, they nailed it. The action was great. In the first game, in the second game, improved. And here, especially with these epic battles, they throw you into it immediately. You do feel like a really good mix of things are frantic, but I know where I am, and I feel like I'm in control of what's happening. Personally, if I felt the game had a weakness, it was that the story, and particularly the character of Kratos, is pretty single-tracked. I mean, he's not exciting to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that comes from an era of, the protagonist needing to be as simple as possible because he's stand-in for you. I mean, you're the avatar.
Right.
But, they made him so violent, and, you think of Nathan Drake in Uncharted.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake is a murderer, a serial killer murderer. He has killed so many people. And you don't think about it because they've turned that character into kind of a jokester, Nathan Fillion type,
Right.
But here they've leaned into the fact that, Kratos is a killer as part of that characterization. So it's hard for them to do anything with that other than just make him a brute. But I do appreciate there's not that dissonance that, he is what you're doing.
Yeah, you're fully aware that you're like, whatever. But yeah, you're right. In Uncharted, you don't really think about the fact that Nathan Drake is fucking shooting all these people. Like, you're just like, oh, he's a scoundrel.
But even the fact that he doesn't seem to be like, there's no acknowledgement or psychological recourse to the fact that he just murdered 30 people. Like, he makes a quip, and then he hangs on a building and makes a quip. It's like, he would be bothered, I would imagine.
I would hope so.
The fury of the sea has been unleashed.
It's a great battle. It's fun to watch.
I think I'm gonna die though.
It does happen.
Yeah. It happens. Whoa, that was fun.
With the combo counter, with the red orbs, it does feel like there's a lot of holdover from this old way of making video games. Of this still having this arcade-esque feel to it.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see a series kind of have its last breath of that type of game before it evolved into a different beast entirely.
Yeah, I like that it feels like it's like a... kind of like a fighting game where it tells you, oh, combo. You're like, cool, cool.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if I had to think about Ratchet and Clank, not the newest one, not the one that was associated with the movie, but like those last ones, Into the Nexus and Crack in Time, I think.
See, I've never played those ones.
So I think that they were sort of marketed as, look at what, the PlayStation can do. You need to climb on top of the thing before you can...
Yeah, I know. I figured that out, and then I was too slow, so here I am, back down here.
Doing it again. I feel like those games were the same issue, where it was like, we've done the same thing that we did in the PS2 and early PS3 era, but we just sort of beefed it up with graphics and look at all the stuff happening in the background. And while it was visually impressive, it did feel like, but do something different. Like this character should evolve, this should change, and you kind of remain static even though it looks pretty.
Well, and then that franchise, like, I love the Ratchet and Clank games, but then they went back to the beginning and they redid it. The whole thing, and it's like, and it's the same. It's the same. It's not like they changed it radically. They added a new character. They added like a love interest person or whatever. But it's literally the same story from the beginning.
Yeah. But I don't think there was so much of a focus on. But look at all the things we're gonna have happening in the background. Look at all the craziness and we've amped it up and everything's so cool and rad now. I feel like they kept to the roots of what that was, even though it looks incredible and there was, again, a lot of quality of life improvements. It still felt like this nostalgic callback to what this game meant for people.
Yeah, that's true. Fair point.
I feel like we cannot go an episode without talking about either Ratchet and Clank or Fallout.
I mean, they're just so pervasive in our lives, right? Like, that's just...
It's true. Yeah, such an exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting to watch.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to play. Like, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about who we can thank for that. I do have some director's notes for you that we did see it in the credit sequence. The director of this is Stig Asmussen. I'm sure I pronounced that perfectly. He took over for Cory Barlog, and I mentioned this because Cory Barlog has been the main director of the series through God of War 1, 2, and then he comes back for the remake. He left after the first 8 months of development on this title to work on something else, so Stig did get a shot at this one, so we have him to thank. He's the official credited director.
Okay.
The designer is Todd Pappy, who also worked on God of War Ascension, and the writer of the story here is Marianne Krasik. She wrote for every God of War except for the new one, and she won a BAFTA for God of War 2.
That's cool.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
I'm gonna kill you dead.
It's very, very
I just assumed that's what the dialogue just was, because I have no idea what they just said.
No, let's do it. Yeah, you will die more dead than anyone has ever died.
I was gonna ask if he lost his arm, but it looks like it's just armor.
Yeah, just armor.
Yeah.
No, other than the obvious scars, his skin being white is the only sort of, and that's literally the ashes of people bound to his skin.
Dude, I just pushed L3 and R3 to put my thumbs in his eyes. Like, that is good.
It's so okay. So we probably should have, trigger warned this earlier. This game is extremely violent.
Yes.
I mean, it is just graphically violent. If that is not your thing, then this is not the game for you. Even though it is sort of this Game of Thrones level of violence.
Yeah, it's almost like Kill Bill-esque violence, where it's like it's so over the top that it's almost like hilarious.
That is a fantastic way to describe it. It has this feeling of levity, even though it is so violent.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I did just get a trophy.
What's the name of the trophy?
Release the Floodgates, which I'm assuming I got just because I beat that level. Sure.
I believe we have a bronze there that would stop for the silver. I don't believe it is. But I like also that, you are influencing all of the events, of the world because you're defeating gods,
Right. Yeah,
It's
like
nice.
that. Yeah, it's really good. That's a nice touch.
And they have a theme in the God of War games is that the regular people, you occasionally interact with a regular citizen, and they are like ants compared to the events and everything that is happening. They're just inconsequential.
Right.
And not only do the gods treat them that way, but so does Kratos. And it's almost comical because they make it so it's like, God, you really are just treating these people so badly. You did get the trophy for killing Poseidon. It was 84.93% common trophy on psnprofiles.com, but only a bronze trophy, so you are still up for the challenge.
Cool.
Will not see the end of this day. I will have my revenge.
Taste my steel. That's what he just said.
I will tolerate your insolence no more.
We should do a dramatic lip reading. Who took my sandwich from the break room?
Dude, somebody drank my Monster out of the fridge at work today, and I was so mad. I was
You
like,
went
I
Kratos on
really
their
needed
ass, I
that.
assume.
I know.
Yeah.
Next time I gotta.
I love it. I would play that game. As long as the game ends with you drinking the monster. So shit is going down still.
Ooh.
This is not the Gaia that I remember from Captain Planet, but I'm fine with it.
We will both fall. Even now, Zeus gains.
The destruction of Zeus is why you saved me from death.
Since we can't hear the voice acting, and
Yeah.
to be honest, I actually have not looked up the voice acting. I don't think there's anybody recognizable. If there is, I really apologize. And because we can't hear it, I'm picturing my own voices here. I'm picturing Gaia's played by Helen Mirren.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's good. That's good.
And Kratos. Kratos is probably just The Rock, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I didn't realize that he, The Rock, sings that song in Moana. I just assumed that they had somebody sing for him. No, it's actually The Rock. He sings.
Isn't that nice?
That's impressive. What can't
I
that man
saw- I saw 1/3. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to get into politics. I saw 1/3 of Moana 3 times.
do? Was it the
You're
same
aware.
third?
Yes,
Okay.
it's because when you have small nephews and stuff,
Sure.
they like to start things and never finish them. So I have no
Right.
idea how that movie ends, but I do feel bad for this girl living on this raft. I have no idea what happens to her.
Well, Tony, did you know that Moana is on Netflix? And you could watch it this very evening.
I could, but I feel weird watching. I feel weird watching it by myself because it's like one of those things. It's for kids.
I watched it yesterday, man. It's good stuff.
I've never seen Frozen either.
Oh my gosh, you should.
I know, and it bothers me that I haven't. And I always, tell my husband, I'm like, I should really watch it, and he always tells me to just let it go.
It took me a second because I was trying to concentrate on the game, but that's really stupid.
Yeah, thank you. I'm quite proud of that one actually.
They're eating my
You are-
orbs.
Yes, you're currently defeating the souls of the dead because you were swimming in the river of Styx.
Yes. The river of
The
sticks.
river Styx, right?
The river is made of sticks.
I studied Greek mythology. It's the river of Styx.
Okay, here's this thing that we talked about last week,
Okay.
where he's run down, so he's moving slower.
Yes. And so let's compare and contrast. Do we like this one better, last week's Destiny 2 better, or neither because it's a terrible thing?
Okay. This one is fine because it lasted all of like 3 seconds. And the
Yeah.
weird thing about last week's is that your perspective changed. You went
Yes.
from having first person to being in third person, which I didn't really understand why they made that choice.
Yeah.
So that was weird, but that scene where you moved slow lasted way longer than it should have. And even after you sped up again, it was still that dumb, like, in between where you're just, like, wandering around thing.
My blade.
Yeah.
Where, like, there was no action.
Be quick with your words.
So you probably don't know what's happening here. Let me give you a brief, I'm not going to... They're talking about the stolen sandwich, but more thematically what's happening is that you killed Athena in the first game, I believe. You went on a quest to kill most of the gods.
Sure.
Athena is one that you killed, you took her powers. Here she's I guess, a ghost, which, okay.
Well, I'd be like, I assume I'm in the underworld, because I just crossed the River Styx, so...
Oh, perfect, yes. Yeah, okay, so I guess there's really no consequences to killing anybody. Anyway, so Athena's here, and Athena basically says that he's thrown the entire world into imbalance, and she can help him get revenge, but, as part of it, you need to set things right again.
Oh.
And Kratos is like, okay, but when do I get my sandwich back?
Right.
And Athena's
Damn,
like,
that was
"You
a
could-"
good sandwich.
Yeah, and she's like, you could just make a new one, and he's like, don't walk through me. I want my sandwich.
And then he's like, give me my weapons back, bitch.
And then she's like, don't you think it's kind of sexist to be asking for a sandwich? I am a woman, it's kind of a meme.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Destroy the flame, Kratos, and the very foundations of Olympus.
I gotta say, man, she looks good for a ghost.
Yeah. So, also what happened, and we didn't get to hear it. So, in that cutscene with Zeus, one of Zeus's last acts was to strip you of all the powers that you had collected in the previous games.
Okay.
So you no longer can do a lot of the things that you were able to do in that tutorial. But she did re-imbue you with the Blades of Exile, which is sort of your starting thing. You'll
Right.
even notice on the HUD that you have less green and less blue capacity.
Right. Right.
I think story-wise, addressing that was great, and I really appreciate the fact that they
Yes.
made the effort to say, no, he was super powerful, and where story is going to dictate that he lost it.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to handle that, I think. The
Sorry.
true soul of a god.
Amber alert. My phone goes off all the time now that I live in Florida. There are a lot of Amber alerts here.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's like a... There are more...
Maybe people, I don't know. My mom was telling me about this Amber Alert in Michigan that the woman reported her child missing, and she said she met someone from Craigslist or something. I don't even know, something. Anyway, it turned out that the kid was with her dad the whole time, and she thought, she like reported the kid missing and like claimed that this guy like stole her car with her kid in it or something. My guess is that she was high on drugs and didn't remember dropping her kid off with the dad, and then like freaked the fuck out when the kid wasn't in her car and made up some weird story about some Craigslist guy.
Oh, wow. That's sad and weird.
Yeah, right? I was just like, what the heck? Because the dad was like, I've had her this whole time. Like, what is wrong with you?
Funny and awful.
But also, like, why wouldn't the police check that before they were like, oh my god, missing child, Amber Alert?
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, I believe that there is a mode in which getting a combo, like high combos, will give you more orbs or possibly more points. There's a whole mode that's about basically not getting hit.
Okay.
and you have to unlock it by beating one of the other modes. Unfortunately, and we'll talk a little bit more about the trophies, but unfortunately, this is not a game that is very easy to get all of the trophies in one go. There are difficulty-dependent trophies.
Okay.
And since there are a lot of collectibles in this game and a lot of backtracking, if you want to get all the collectibles, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get like all of the collectibles and get the hardest difficulty trophy in one go, especially if you're the first time playing this, because you're not going to know what you're doing. Most people go at least 2 rounds before they can, you know, get all the trophies.
Yo, how's it fair that they put someone in front of me and behind me?
Life just isn't fair, I'll tell you. The struggle's real. So brutal. So, I do want to talk to you about, we do have a segment on this show that I call Trophy Yays and Trophy Nays. If you think it's a good time, I'd love to give you
Yes,
some,
let's please talk about them.
a little bit of whining. Everyone loves whining, don't they?
I mean, I do. I mean, I love doing it.
Listen, I'm a white man, I've got opinions, and I feel like the world should hear them. Here's how it works. I give you one trophy from the list that I think is just a stinker, and one that I think is a winner. Here we go. For the trophy Nay, we'll start with the negative first. There's a trophy that you get in this game called Ladies Man. You get this trophy by successfully entertaining Aphrodite, according to the trophy description. As if that was not coy enough. Essentially, you have sex with Aphrodite.
Sure.
You have 2 opportunities to do this in the game. You can, you know, do it when you first meet her, and you know, the game encourages you to try. And then there's a second opportunity you can do, which is a little bit more of a violent situation. I wouldn't say it's rape, but it certainly would be inappropriate to go for it. But you know, there's the option to do it a second time. So I don't enjoy this trophy, not just because it's just like, you know, very heteronormative masculinity that I find sort of off-putting, but here's the thing. Okay, so the violence in this game, it doesn't bother me. The character of Kratos, he is over-the-top violent. This game is over-the-top violent. You nailed it with Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You know, it's this thing that I don't think is something that is a concern, especially because his vengeance, it's written into the character. You know, his vengeance is so extreme that he wants to literally kill the gods. It's a fun conceit, and I get it. But sexuality for this character, for me, it makes no sense story-wise. Part of the reason that he's doing this vengeance is because his wife and child were killed as part of the origin story of this character. And his only motivation in this game, the cornerstone of this character, is revenge. And he shows no interest in anything else. But all of a sudden, you know, he's just needing to satisfy his needs with Aphrodite. They do not do it for any other reason other than players would want to see it, I guess.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that for sure. That's
To me, I think it's a cultural norm that has since passed as far as this remaster goes. But maybe that's not true because this game was originally released in 2010, and have attitudes changed that much in 8 years? You know, I don't know.
Sadly, probably not.
I realize that out of all the trophy names I've ever given for the show, this may be the most personal one. Most of the time I complain about mechanics, or I complain about, you know, the mentality behind a trophy. Here, I really feel like it's a part of this game that exists that I feel like would not exist in a modern game today. And I feel like it's highlighted in a trophy that existed in the original trophy list, but I almost feel like they could have retooled it. I just feel like, I don't love this. I don't love their highlighting, and I don't love they felt the need to retain it because it was in the original. I don't know. For me, it's... The only other game that I could think of that had a trophy like this was that failure of a game, the remake called, oh my gosh, it's Duke Nukem. Do you remember Duke Nukem?
No. I mean, yeah.
So Duke Nukem, you know, it was around in the late 90s, you know, as sort of this Doom-esque type game, which is very like, oh, he's just as badass, and, you know, I don't know, there were strippers in the game, and, you know, you could see very badly 2D pixelated breasts, and it was just a whole thing. And in the remake for the PS3 era, I think they spent a lot of time and they went through a bunch of developers in making this game. They tried to make it somewhat true to the original feel, but it was also like, okay, but we've evolved since then. It's very odd that you're doing essentially just a graphical update to the same
Right.
outmoded character. And I didn't enjoy that either. And I feel like this is that holdover.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Any thoughts, or should I move on to Trophy Yay?
No, I agree with you that it's sort of like it's outdated. Why didn't they update that? Like they could have easily changed it to you do anything else with Aphrodite, anything.
Yeah. It's a personal soapbox, I get it.
Yeah.
Trophy Yay. It's called Bloody Hell. You get this trophy recovering Kratos in 500 buckets of blood by killing the enemies.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Okay, so this trophy requires no effort to get. The game will eventually give it to you because, spoilers, he gets covered in a lot of blood throughout the course of this game.
Yeah.
So all this trophy is a progression trophy. It's like, you know, at some point in the game you'll just naturally hit this. Probably when you get through 3/4 or so of the game.
Yeah.
So there's no mechanics that requires for this trophy. You just play it, you're gonna get it. But what I like about this type of progression trophy is that it's not like beat this chapter or, you know, kill this enemy. It's a nice way to reward somebody for having put in the time with this game that doesn't feel too grindy, but also makes sense within the world of this game. It's clever and I love it.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. A less clever game would have been kill 500 enemies.
Right.
And I think they really nailed it with this, so just my kudos to them for that.
Yeah. No, that's really clever.
It has been Trophy Yays and Trophy Nays. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, what am I supposed to be doing here?
So you are in one of the puzzle segments, it appears.
Yeah, I figured.
I believe that there are two, on either side are gears that you can move, but I believe you have to put sticks in them. I don't know where the sticks are. I believe there's one stick up above. Do you see it's almost like a glowing little thing that you can L2 and R2 over to?
No.
So okay, go back to the platform that's on fire to the left of the screen.
Oh, I see one up there, but I don't see how to get to that.
I think if you jump on that chandelier, you should be able to...
Oh, the chandelier. You know what? I was like, hey, there's a chandelier here. How do I...
You'll burn me alive!
Gosh. Gosh.
Kratos?
The fire! It's too close!
It also probably doesn't help that I believe there was a character there, an NPC, who was yelling at you, and unfortunately you can't hear that.
Yeah, I saw her, like, back... Like... There's, like, a couple people here.
Keep it away from me!
Oh. What?
What are you doing?
It's possible, because I'm pretty sure those branches can be destroyed by the fire. Gosh, it's been a minute since I've done this
I
one.
cannot help you.
Right, but I assume that I'm meant to go up on this other ledge that's off to my left. But when I jump on the chandelier, it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
If you light me
So I
on
don't know
fire,
how to...
I cannot help you.
Thinking.
Be more careful.
You have no way of blowing that fire, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. let's see.
Yep.
Brief look up here.
Whoa. Okay. That was new.
The gods were right to curse.
Oh, I just had to be quick about it. I got it.
Just gotta be quick.
Just gotta be quick. This pot contains bramble.
Thanks, pot. Yes, okay. Nice. Where do you normally store your highly flammable bramble?
In pots.
Yeah, I mean that makes the most sense. No, my
Hold
family has
R1
been
and
storing.
hold... Oh. What? Oh, okay. Okay.
Volume. Have you seen? It's a comic. It makes me laugh every time I see it. It's got Zelda and Link, and they're talking to each other. And Zelda says to Link, "You know, I just really feel like we've been." I'm paraphrasing. I'm sure it's not exactly like this, but I feel like we're growing apart. I feel like we need to do some activities together. And Link's like, "Sure, whatever you want to do." And she's like, "Great, let's do a pottery class." And like his face like lights up in horror because of course Link is always destroying pottery.
Wait.
It was funnier. It was funnier in the comic.
No, that's funny. Oh. So this is this. Wait, I'm trying to grab you, thing. I'm trying to grab you.
Yes, but the gate is down. There's
Yes,
only some
I
way
know.
to get that. Okay.
I
sorry.
understand.
I'm like the tutorial that you're like, yes, X, I know. X.
Wait, why can't I?
So I feel like this is a timed event where you need to get it close enough that you can use it to go up, bring the chandelier down because the chandelier will open the gate, and then kind of rush over before the gate fully closes. And might be too close to the gate, we'll see.
Let me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Get away from me!
I also really like the idea of in-character creators going, but let me, I got it.
Like, I want to try. What the hell just happened? Okay. Ah! Okay.
Keep the flames away!
Oop.
How do you feel about...
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, so you go ahead.
Too close!
No, I was gonna say I was trying to move the right stick to move the camera, but I forgot that it's like dodge roll.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the camera's static, right? You don't really have control over it.
Yeah, I don't. Ugh.
Which, gosh, I remember when the static camera used to be both a feature and a detriment. You think of like the Silent Hills where
What are you doing?
the camera would be set in a certain way and it was really unnerving because you couldn't see down the hall. But also you feel like, but I can't see anything. Like, come on, game, I can't, I don't know what the hell's
Yeah.
going on.
Keep that beast away!
Nice. So is that supposed to be, what's his name, Cerberus?
I would assume so. I always thought Cerberus would be like bigger.
I know, is that like a Disney's Hercules thing that I'm thinking of, or
Yeah.
Because he's obviously a big bear.
Right. I just missed there were instructions on screen and I missed them. Oh, I figured it out. I got it. Yeah, like because what I think of is in Kingdom Hearts, right? Like,
yeah.
That dog is big. Or like in Harry Potter, there's a 3-headed dog, which I always assumed was their version of Cerberus.
There is?
2-headed. Sorry, it's only... Is it 2? Is it 3? I don't remember. There's a dog with multiple heads. How do I get off this thing?
If you're thinking of Hagrid's dog, I don't think it has 2 heads.
No. I'm not thinking of Hagrid's dog. In the first book.
Okay. I remember the giant snake.
Oh my gosh. They have to solve the puzzle to get down there, and they have to put the dog to sleep by playing music. Come on. How do I get off this stupid dog?
Stay tuned for more 2 Hufflepuffs, 1 trophy. I think you have to use him to destroy the bramble.
To destroy... Oh. That makes sense.
I'm a little delayed, so it's actually funny to see, like, you unsure what to do, and then I give you the hint, but I don't see the hint play out until, like, 20 seconds later. And you did burn that person alive in the process. This is what I'm talking about, where the game just treats its civilians like... But you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Its fiery arrows will clear your path.
And also, okay, so the game, we missed out a lot with the audio, because not only is the music pretty good,
yeah,
I really do enjoy the music of this game, but the NPCs give you hints in these puzzles. Oftentimes you'll have an NPC who will be screaming like, "Don't set me on fire, no, please God, no!" And like it's a big hint to what you're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's probably fair. I wish that we could find a way to like moderate the volume so that we can actually like hear.
Oh well, we can't have everything in life.
That's true.
So I do want to point out that you did get another trophy. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
This trophy is called Burnt to a Crisp. You get it for acquiring the Bow of Apollo. It is 78.26% common trophy according to psnprofiles.com. However, it is only a bronze trophy, so you still have not qualified for the Sliver of Silver Trophy Challenge.
Wah, wah, sad face.
So sad.
Wait, what?
So I'm pretty sure you can just go up to the newly opened room on the other side of the room by using the airflow from the...
This stupid camera angles.
You love them.
What newly open? I don't know, cause like, I can't see what I'm supposed to be doing.
I think it's right in front of that. I'm pretty sure
it?
it's just right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, am I wrong? I guess I was wrong. Sorry about that. Okay. There is some fire there. Oh, use your bow. Your bow is made of fire.
On what though? What do I use it on?
On the brambles covering the entranceway to the far right.
Oh my gosh.
And then I think you can use the airflow to get up there once you do that.
Like how many times do I have to shoot this?
How many arrows you got?
Oh.
Says the door, kind of sassily.
I don't understand.
You're not doing anything? Is there another way you can throw arrows?
Yeah, you just friggin' hold the stupid thing, but they don't tell you that. They tell you to hold L2 and press square to fire, but they don't tell you to hold square to fire and then you'll fire arrow it.
I love the way you emphasize hold. How would they have told you that? Hold like in bold?
They told you to hold L2. It was right there in the instruction. Why wouldn't they just say hold? They say just press square.
That's a good point.
They don't explain that there's a further step. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just like experiment? No.
Get a sense of accomplishment of my own? I don't think so.
Why won't it let me jump onto this? Jeez. No, like, I didn't realize that you could, you know, push it for longer. I was like, yeah, push L1. That's what I'm, or push square. That's what I'm doing. You know?
No, I hear you.
And then you were like, no, just shoot it with your arrow. And I'm like, well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a feather. No.
Wait, is that it?
No, I go back here. It like showed me this bramble thing after I got the.
So okay, so you got to experience. The game down too much? Is it a nice break? What's your initial thoughts?
I think it's a nice break. So like I like the action sequences, but it got to be a bit much. Like it's like, okay, how many more gods can you show me before I like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Yeah, and you know, I like puzzles, but like I said, you know, maybe they could have given me like a small hint when they said, shoot your arrow by pressing square. Like there was no hint that the thing was made of fire.
Right.
A minotaur horn.
Perfect. So Apollo, that's the one, and excuse my ignorance, I was educated in America. That's the one that flew into the sun, correct?
No, isn't that oh my god, I don't know. I don't think Apollo is the one that flew too close to the sun. Isn't that
Yeah. No.
I don't know God. I know Hades,
I'm just trying to make
obviously,
sense of the arrow.
No, I think Apollo just is Apollo. Let me think. I know Hades, and I know Ares, and I know obviously Zeus and Poseidon. With it. And Aphrodite. But like, that's it. I don't know who Apollo is.
I could look it up. I do have the Google. I purchased it.
You purchased Google?
Yeah, just so I could do these kinds of things. Okay, when I try and Google Apollo, the only options I'm given are Apollo Creed, Apollo 13, or Apollo Beach. Thank you, everybody, for being so awesome.
I'm sure if you
Okay.
put qualifiers in your search.
He is the god of music, poetry, art, oracles, archery, plague, yeah, medicine, sunlight, and knowledge. Did he fly into the sun? Did he fly into the sun?
Who flew too close to the sun?
Yeah, let me look that up. Who flew?
What the hell? Oh, there we go.
Icarus.
Yes, I knew it wasn't Apollo.
Okay, so I'm showing my lack of knowledge and proud of myself. Okay, so he just happens to be a god of archery and the sun.
Who's the
I guess that
one?
makes sense.
Who's the one that? Who's the one who had his liver cut out, eaten by the bird every day or whatever? Do you know this one?
Yeah. He was like tied, and they were like eating his intestines because he was
Yeah,
tied to a
like
tree or
every
something.
day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the top of my head. I can always Google it. It is thinking. No, I got nothing. I'll have to Google it. Gosh,
Guys,
we're
we're
really,
Americans.
yeah, we're really failing here. I'm gonna Google it this way. Guy who was tied to a tree
Guy.
and eaten by birds. Let's see how Google does.
Oh my
here.
gosh! I hope you get some sort of weird, creepy news story about like
Prometheus.
Prometheus. There it is. Whoops.
There's the first article based on what I typed was Prometheus. The second one was a Quora.com question that said, "Somebody tied a bed bird onto our tree. What does this mean?" I love that so much. What does it mean?
That's hilarious.
It means you've been marked. Quora.com. In case you're viewing, it means you've been marked.
Judges of the underworld.
You know, the thing is that a lot of the times when you have an action game like this, you have your fighting segments, and then you have environmental puzzles. And what I mean by that is that it's more like, how do I get platforming wise from here to there? And instead, this game, I think, has literal puzzles, like unlock this room by putting these pieces together and doing this. And it's interesting that they went all in with the puzzles.
Yeah.
Did you die? Yes, you did.
I sure as shit did.
Sure as shit did.
I just did again too. I don't know I can't figure out the grappling hook. I know how it works, but I don't know how it works. If that makes sense.
It does. I would say as soon as you're at the far end, you let go of that R1.
Yeah, but you can't, you don't let go of R1. You jump.
Don't you let go and push X at the same time?
Yeah. Yes. But,
Okay.
but,
So do that.
but that's what I couldn't
I'm
figure
failing
out.
to see the problem.
That is the answer, but I didn't realize that you have to, I thought you could just let go of R1. I didn't realize you have to actually jump. So I was letting go of R1, thinking, yeah, if I just let go of my grappling hook, I can swing it to the next one.
Gotcha.
Which makes sense, right? Like if I let go of this one, but like you have to jump when you do it for some reason. I don't know.
That makes sense. I just think it's funny that you're like, you described what to do. I don't understand. Just do it.
Like, yes, that is exactly what you do. I am aware of that, but it took me a while to get there.
hilarious.
Why are there hands? What are these hands doing?
Kill everything.
The sea is swallowing the land. What's happening?
What did I just do?
Yeah, I forgot about this. It's cool. Basically, they make these NPCs into enemies.
Yeah.
By dragging them into hell or whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't love that all the NPCs look exactly the same. It's like, okay. I get that they're supposed to be, you know, non-essential. There's a thematic reason, but convenient that it saves you on graphical cost too.
Right.
So, disembodied hands coming through the floor, that's a thing.
Sure it is.
What's up with that? I mean, I see that all over the place.
I don't know.
I mean, it is creepy. I'll give you that, but it's like I see it in video games. I think of Mario, Zelda, Doctor Who, that one comedic sci-fi show, movie based on the book by Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So it's one of those tropes that where does it come from? But it's the thing.
Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe it's just like there's a game. There's a game for the PlayStation, I want to say, and it's like I forget what the friggin' name of it is, but like basically there's a giant hand at one point that you fight. It's just like a giant hand out of nowhere.
Super Smash Brothers.
No, it's a PlayStation game.
I'm pretty sure that's also true in Super Smash Brothers.
It may be, but that's not the game I'm referring to.
Okay. A giant disembodied hand in the PlayStation game.
Yeah.
It's a
I
fighting
don't
game.
know what it's called. What?
It's a fighting game.
No. It's like an adventure game.
Can't help you. I could type in because my Google is already messed up enough.
You got it fired
Giant
up?
hand. Boss enemy.
I'm pretty sure that's like the entire game. Like, it's just like you fighting this giant hand.
Dark Souls 3.
No. I don't know. Maybe I'm making stuff up.
You probably are. I mean, you are a known liar.
Yes.
That's kind of your thing.
Yes. It is. For sure.
Yeah. I hear you.
Whoa. Can we talk about how my controller light is red right now?
Oh yeah, we never do talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Tell me about the shade of red.
It is very bright red, and I do enjoy it. I love when the games take advantage of the. I mean, it's just like simple things like that. It's like it doesn't. Like when the sounds come out of the speaker on the controller, or they change the light colors. And...
Yeah, I agree. It feels like it's specially made for you, for the PlayStation. It really is a nice touch, and I do like it. So I know there are trophies associated with the way that you kill things. Like I know that you can rip off Medusa's head at one point and use it as like a way to petrify other enemies, and you get a trophy for killing people that way. You get a trophy for killing enough people with the bow and arrow. You know, there are all these combat-related trophies, which are great, and I love that the game wants you to experiment with the different methods that they develop to kill people, or kill things. But I did find myself in this playthrough going like, ugh, I kind of need to like use this bow now a billion times.
Yeah, you know, I'm not really like a huge bow and arrow as a weapon kind of person in my games. Like I I don't do that. You know, I like melees. I like melees. What can I say?
If there's anything I've ever said about Lauren, is that she's a kill you up close kind of gal.
Yeah, that is my style.
Yep, she wants to feel it. Feel every, you know, those last breaths. She wants to be there.
Yep.
So that's what I like about you. I mean,
Yeah, but so there's trophies based on that. So I'm glad I'm not a trophy hunter because I would get so annoyed with that. So annoyed.
Uncharted does that too. Uncharted has a bunch of trophies that are related to kill 50 enemies with the SMG, kill 50 enemies with the pistol, kill 50 enemies, and it's like, stick with one gun and be happy with that. Like, I don't want you to dictate that I have to use the gun this many times.
Right.
Especially if I like lose the gun and then I have to like replay the damn thing to get another gun. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. And some of the guns are just like not good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Portal. It's a great Portal crossover. Go, go, Puzzle Rangers. I'm pretty sure that glowing blue thing is something you can either push or destroy or make love to? I don't know.
Make
something.
love to it. Whoop.
Something. If it's the blue, you gotta do something with it. Those are my 3 options. I have no other options for you.
Well, it didn't give me an R1, like, hold on to this thing.
I'm sorry. You like walk up to a gap and you're like, what do I do? And you made the tiniest little jump. Like just a little bunny hop right to your death. And I was like, why? Why did you do that?
That's how I operate. Okay, so this blue whatever thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that that's a thing.
You know what? I take it back. I don't think you can make love to it.
What about them snakes?
Well, of
Can I
course
make
you
love
can
to
make
the
them.
snake?
I don't recommend it, but you could.
What's going on here? Why are there like glowies? There's glowies.
Hello, glowies. Oh, can you with fire?
Can you with fire? Oh,
Can you with...
the blue thing you mean? Can you with
Yes.
fire?
Yes. English is the language I have.
No, it doesn't aim at the... It like aims anywhere other than at it.
What about those, it doesn't aim at anything, does it? Damn.
Huh? What?
Doesn't do shit. Okay, what did the sign say to do? Did either of us read the sign?
It said... They judge the heart of each soul that enters Hades, and then only those found worthy may pass.
Okay, then I think you need to do something back in the other room first.
Oh. I mean, one, open these chests.
Maybe you have to destroy them.
I feel like if I had listened to what they said at me, but like the portal opened and I was like, oh, clearly this is where I have to go.
I like the sign was like, listen carefully, and you're like, uh-huh, sounds good, portal, bye.
See ya! Oops. I was in there accidentally. I didn't try diving in because I saw the save and I was like, I gotta go save.
I saw the save. I saw the save.
And it
then
opened
I
up
saved
my
the game.
saves.
That's perfect. Our next episode is going to be a complete musical. Just a heads up. My one practice.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so they're judging you, right? Can you destroy those blue things?
I don't think so. Oh, there's three. There's more. Okay. Okay. No. The arrow won't lock on.
Can you punch them to death?
Well, when I get off of this thing, they go away.
Mhm.
Like they don't
You
stay.
don't go away.
They hide.
Okay. Try the pool then.
What?
Try the pool then. If you can't punch them to death, then try the pool. See how deep you can go.
How do I dive?
Great question. It's a great question.
I don't think that there's a button for that. What does this chick do? Oh, I can like do things.
What are you gonna do?
Oh no. It just explained what it was to me. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something. I mean, I know I'm missing something, obviously, but... What is it? What's over here? Did I come over here? Okay. I got a Gorgon eye. And some red. You got red on you.
Nice.
Static cameras. Okay.
Everyone loves a static camera.
Okay. Now, what's over here? Nothing. Okay. If I step on this, these guys do this thing. They let go of that chain, and their heads lean forward. Oh, that's this head. That's this head.
I love it so much. I love listening to you figure it out.
Okay. All right. So.
So.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean, I have no idea. But I feel like I should know. Where does this... What are these things?
I really feel like you can smash the blue crystals in the back of their heads.
I think I just didn't go far enough when I jumped. I'm gonna...
Can't wait for you to bunny hop this.
I know, I was like, hippity hoppity.
You can't break that?
No. Can I make this jump? Jump. Nope. Okay. And don't even laugh because it wouldn't even let me double jump when I did this. So when you see what I just did, it was not my fault.
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
I pushed jump twice and then it was like, you want to jump twice? No, you don't. You want to fall.
Little bunny hop. Do you have a like ground pound move, like a stomp kind of?
I think No.
What's that then?
That's my magic.
No, in front of you.
What?
Those
You,
are glowy-
you were asking me if I had a ground pound. I was testing.
Oh, sorry. There's a thing in
I
front
knew
of
what
you
I had.
that's-
I knew what I was trying to do. I knew I had to open the thing. I'm not that stupid.
Test it.
I know. I know, you're just trying to help.
Trying.
Okay.
Okay, so you opened one thing. Did that change anything?
No, because all I did was open the path back to here. Like, I think I'm supposed to make that weird jump where I just didn't jump. Wait, what's back this way? I feel like I missed something. No, just some pots that I didn't break before.
Do you have... I don't know, anything? You don't have the head of Helios yet.
I don't have anything.
So according to this guide, it does say you're supposed to destroy the blue things behind their head.
But how? It didn't look to be that I was doing any damage to them.
Attack this with the Nemean Cestus. Do you have a Nemean Cestus?
What? Do I have what?
A Nemean Cestus.
No? Who?
Okay. You know what I'm talking about. I'm looking it up. Hold on. You shush. Okay, it says the...
Oh, noises. I just got a trophy.
Which called what?
Hitting your stride.
Uh-oh.
Is that a silver trophy?
Uh-oh. Checking. Checking. Holy moly, hitting your stride you get for upgrading any weapons to the next level at 72.81%. It is a common trophy, and it is a sliver of silver. That is one of these silver trophies. Congratulations on hitting the trophy challenge. That was my backup plan in case you couldn't get to Hades, which is my original goal.
Well,
So
I was like,
congratulations.
I'm gonna upgrade my weapons because I don't know even what you're saying right now, so...
Yay, you did the thing! So we
I
have two choices.
did.
You can continue playing a little bit. We are at 1 hour and 38 minutes. We typically like to wrap these up. I could at least begin to talk about the sort of end game content here. You're about 2 areas away from Hades, which is a boss thing. But I think you're missing something. In order to destroy those blue things, you're like missing a component of some kind. I'm just trying to see here where the hell that would be.
Huh.
Let me just see real quickly. It says, on the other side of the tunnel, if you make a sharp right, you'll find a secret portal. And then if you head back to the portal, you can use your wings of Icarus to reach... Yes, okay, so that really terrible hop you made, you do need to make that jump.
But I just tried again, and it's like, it still doesn't... Alright, let's just start our stuff. Let's just do
Okay.
the thing.
But that is what you need to do. Just,
Okay.
Just a little heads up.
Okay.
Okay, so since we have done the thing and we're not quitters, we did the thing, so everyone stop judging us, let's play a little game. A game I like to call the Metacritic Review Game.
Metacritic. See, I don't understand, because, like... Anyway. Metacritic review game. Do it.
So, you have played God of War 3 Remastered. That is technically true. You have gotten the trophy. That is also true. It is time for a segment we're calling the Metacritic Review Game. Here's how we play. First, You give me what you would rate this game out of 100, and why. Then I'll read to you the highest and lowest critic ratings without the numbers they were assigned. Then you'll tell me if you think your score will be higher or lower than the Metacritic average of game critics. And finally, we'll reveal if you went higher or lower than the Metacritic rating. Ready to critique?
I know who you are.
Yes. Okay. So I give this game. I give this game a 75.
75, and why?
I love that it just like throws you right into the action. The fighting style is great. The graphics look good. The controls are pretty solid, except for the fucking static camera, which I cannot stand. Generally, it's just pretty fun. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Some of the platforming is holding you up, I've noticed. Is that a part of the reason why we're not going higher?
A little bit, but also just like I'm not the best at platforming. So yeah, and you know that about me.
No, that's fair. I mean, you know, and I think part of the frustration with platforming when you're not good at it, I think is how well the game handles that failure. If it forces you to start way back, or if
yeah,
it, like,
and that's why
repetitive.
I like this one. The checkpoints are pretty freaking close to where you die. There was a game we played recently where like I forget what game it was, but like the checkpoints were like forever back, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, it was frustrating.
Yeah.
So 75. I'm going to read to you the reviews from Metacritic, from critics who were aggregated on Metacritic. Here we go. The high score from GamePro Germany. They said, "A well done remake of a classic. It has never looked better, and the gameplay is still fantastic."
Okay.
Okay, the low end from Games Radar. "That parade of cathartic moments still makes God of War 3 worth playing, especially given the vividness and eye-popping destruction woven into every major battle. It peaks and drags and peaks and drags, sure, but God of War at its high point was never going to be sustainable."
Okay. Yeah.
So, did you go higher or did you go lower than the average Metacritic review rating?
I feel like I went lower.
Yeah. Well, you got good feelings because you did. You went a little bit lower. You gave it a 75. The average is 81 for this game.
Okay. So not too much lower.
Now, no. I do want to point out that that is for the remastered version for the PS4. The original God of War 3 did a little bit better at 86. So it is interesting how remasters are judged a little bit differently than their original counterparts.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's fair, you know. I feel like there's like probably a higher standard for them just because it's like you took this game that was already good and you supposedly made it better by remastering it. So like, bring it.
Right. You know, and I wonder, what is the expectation there? Is the expectation to be as faithful as possible? Is it to tinker? Is it to, you know, what is the... What makes it 100? Well, what to you is does the core game have to already be that good? It's interesting. As a reviewer, I would find that to be a bit of a quandary as to what am I actually reviewing, you know?
Right, because yeah, if they don't change like the core gameplay really at all, and they just like improve the graphics and like maybe like in this one they added all that DLC that they already had, like what are you judging it on at that point? You know?
Yeah. How well it holds up? I mean, these are great questions, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to answer them. So, just an interesting kind of thought puzzle.
Yeah. Maybe we'll come back to it later.
Yeah. So, you know, the last segment of our show is always dedicated to one of the original questions that we have, which is, you know, is the game worth downloading? You know, you hopefully have bought it, or you put it into your library at least. Is this worth an actual download? And here's some data to help with that sort of decision making. From howlongtobeat.com, which is a site that does exactly what its name implies. It tells you how long it is to beat a game. They indicate that the main game of this experience is 9.5 hours. If you wanted to do the main game plus the extra content, you're looking at closer to 10.5 hours. And if you were a completionist, which means you're looking to get the platinum trophy, you know, on a schedule, not just meander, but like you're focused, you'll get it done in about 17 hours. And it also is about a 3 out of 10 difficulty to achieve it.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah. So most people feel that it's achievable, in under a day. So I think it's pretty good. If you like the game, I think it's worth it for the platinum. That's getting off conversation. Sorry. The disc size, the downloadable size for this game, what you'll need free is 34.49 gigabytes. And the original price point for this game, if you were to buy it without PS Plus, is $19.99. So with all that data, is this worth 35 gigabytes to throw it onto your PlayStation Limited hard drive?
If you have 40 gigs on your hard drive, yes. Download this game. If you've already played God of War 3, I don't know that it's necessary.
Right.
I have not, however, so...
I think, yeah. Here's where I'm thinking. If you've never played the God of War, I think it's a no-brainer. If you maybe have played and you're looking to get into the new one, but you just you need something to amp you up, this is a great way to get you amped up. It's very clean. They've done a good job at making a game that functions perfectly fine on PS4. It's a nice throwback. But if you've already played the new God of War, or
yeah,
you're not planning to, and you've played some God of War before, it's more of the same. It's very violent. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece in that respect. Right. It's fine. It's a good game, I would say, we think. But, you have to be in the mood for this. You have to be okay with the ultra-violence. You have to be okay with that slight twinge of, misogyny that still exists from this title. But it's enjoyable.
You destroyed my pot, you jackasses!
It's such a good follow-up. 40 gigs is not a huge asking point. You're looking at all these games that are requiring 60 and 70 gigabytes. It's all right. Yeah,
I think it's worth downloading if you've at least put it in your library, and if you've never played a God of War, download it.
Yeah. Well, so that's our official review. I don't want to close out the show until you're ready. I'm certainly enjoying watching you play. We're not at the 2-hour mark yet, which is our normal ending point. So I'll let you indicate when closing time is up.
Well, I'd like to figure out this puzzle.
Do it.
Okay.
Puzzle it up.
So I know that I have to get the thing back up to the thing. But do these guys appear every time I come down here, or just when I bring the pot down here? I guess I have to leave the pot on the thing before I kill them.
Do they appear every time?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Because I killed them already. And then when I brought the pot back down...
Oh, they were back?
They appeared again.
Yeah, okay, so maybe you do have to...
So maybe I just leave the pot here until they're dead, so that they don't destroy it. Okay, now they didn't come. Okay. But I'm worried that if I move the pot again, they're gonna... But my question is, where do I even take the pot to? Do I push it off the edge? Do I...
Yes, I think you do push it off the edge.
Off of...
No?
The edge where the fire is down there?
Yes, because you need to light it on fire.
But I can fire it with the arrow.
No. I think if you do it, because I think that you'll do like a flume of fire going up and destroying that door.
No, I just died. Oh no, it worked. It worked, I think.
No, I died.
No, I didn't die. It just made the air higher, so I could go up here. Wait, that's where I am. That's where I was. What am I? Oh, I see. I'd bring this down? I don't... Okay, alright. Okay. Oh, I see. Now I'm at the door. I see.
Solving puzzles in real time.
I got another trophy.
What is this one called?
Mr. Hand.
Mr. Hand, you say?
Yeah. I hope it's not another
Let me tell you about Mr. Hand. Luckily, we have not broken our rule. Because Mr. Hand is a bronze trophy, you get that for severing Gaia's hand. 66.90% common trophy according to psnprofiles.com. So you have not broken our rules, you have only gotten a sliver of silver. I just love saying that.
That's great.
We're still good.
Alright, well, this has been great. We did get our trophy. We talked about the game some. We had some interesting conversations. So I feel like we can safely end this episode as a success.
We have contractually done what we were obligated to do.
Yes.
Well, let me just say, God, Lauren, that was intense.
No.
Almost as if we went to war.
Oh man.
And then, you know, we mastered it. Okay, the closing puns can't all be good, okay?
Okay. Alright.
While I work on my cleverness, can you tell us where people can find us?
So you can watch all of the episodes of 2 Gamers 1 Trophy back catalog at YouTube. Just look up 2 Gamers 1 Trophy. That's the numeral 2 and the numeral 1.
And thank you to everyone for watching, commenting, and otherwise interacting with us. It's a delight to share the world of PS Plus with everyone. And a quick thank you for our title music provided by Sue Hair. You can find more of his work on Spotify.
Yep.
Is there anything you would like to promote or share or things that you're doing?
Where can we find you in the gaming world, Tony?
Well, I'm Paradox, P-A-I-R-O-D-O-C-S on the PlayStation Network. You can find me platinuming Spider-Man. I hope to get that done before we record again. I am loving that game. It is just everything that was said it would be, and nothing but fond words for Insomniac, the creators of our ever-mentioned Ratchet & Clank.
Awesome. And I am Paradox. No. No, that's you. I am Caustic Sofa on the...
I'm going to just read anything.
That's the brilliant part. I didn't even read that. That just came out of my brain. No, I'm Caustic Sofa, and I play an occasional Overwatch match, maybe like 1 or 2 a day. But in life, I am working on some pixel art, and I have a craft show coming up on October 13th at O'Connor's Brewery in Norfolk. So if anyone is in Virginia wants to come meet me, I'll be there.
Nice. Go see some pixel art. It looks very cool.
Thank you. All right, so catch us next week when we play Another World 20th Anniversary Edition here on our Twitch channel next Thursday.
7 p.m. Eastern Time, generally.
In that area.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Do you have some music to play us
You know,
out?
I don't, and there's a technical reason for that. I'll go into it. In the future, we may have a musical ending, but we don't tonight.
Great. So see you next week.
I'll sing us out.
Okay, you do that.
Do.